The beginning of life. High on a rocky cliff, above a cold mountain valley, a tiny life begins. Inside a massive nest made of sticks, dry grass, moss, and soft natural lining, a golden eagle chick has just entered the world. On day one, it is almost helpless. Its body is small and fragile. Its pale down is thin, its skin is still visible in places, and its eyes are only partly open. Broken eggshells rest beside it, marking the first moment of its life. The world around the chick is huge. The wind moves across the cliff, the forest stretches far below, and above everything, the sky waits silently. But for now, the chick's entire world is this nest. A parent golden eagle stands close, guarding it from cold, danger, and the harsh mountain air. As the days pass, the chick changes slowly. By day 3, it lifts its head a little higher. By day 5, its down looks thicker and softer. By day 7, it sits more steadily. By day 10, its eyes are more focused, its body is rounder, and its tiny beak already shows the shape of a future hunter. These first 10 days are quiet, but they are also the foundation of everything that comes next. The eagle is still fragile, still dependent, still protected, but day by day, life is growing stronger. As the second group of days begins, the chick is still very young, but it is no longer the same helpless hatchling we saw at the beginning. Its body has grown slightly larger. Its pale down is thicker now, covering more of the skin and helping it stay warm against the cool mountain air. The chick can hold its head up for longer periods. Its eyes are open wider, clearer, and more aware of the world around it. Whenever the parent eagle arrives, the chick reacts quickly. It lifts its head, it opens its beak, it asks for food with more energy than before. The nest remains the center of everything. The sticks, the moss, the protective shape of the cliff, and the presence of the adults all form a safe world for this growing bird. But even in this safety, change is happening every day. The beak becomes more defined. The neck grows stronger. The body becomes fuller and more balanced. By the end of these 10 days, the chick can sit more upright and respond more actively to its parents. It is still completely dependent. It still cannot leave the nest. But deep inside that soft white body, the structure of a powerful eagle is beginning to form. The first stage of survival is becoming a stage of growth. By the third set of days, the young eagle begins to look different in a very important way. It is no longer only a soft ball of pale down. Now the first signs of real feather growth begin to appear. Along the wings, shoulders, and upper back, tiny dark feather shafts start pushing through. These changes may seem small, but they mark a major step in the chick's development. These are the beginnings of the feathers that will one day carry it through the mountain sky. The chick is also becoming steadier on its legs. It stands more often now, though its balance is still clumsy and uncertain. Its feet grip the nest sticks with more strength. Its small talons are becoming more visible. Its face is changing too. The beak looks sharper. The eyes look more focused. The posture is more alert. This is still a young nestling, still fully dependent on its parents, but it now shows the first visible signs of becoming a raptor. Each day brings another subtle change. A little more height, a little more balance, a little more feather growth. The transformation is no longer hidden. It can now be seen clearly in the body of the bird itself. The chick is still in the nest, but the future eagle has begun to appear. As the days continue, the chick enters a more dramatic phase of growth. By now, it is much larger than it was in the early days. Its body is heavier, its legs are stronger, and dark juvenile feathers are spreading more clearly across the wings and back. Patches of pale down still remain on the head, chest, and belly, giving the bird a rough, unfinished look. It is not yet elegant, not yet powerful in the way an adult eagle is, but it is clearly changing into something much more than a chick. The young eagle now stands taller inside the nest. It watches its parents with growing attention. It follows movement around the cliff. It studies the sky. Sometimes it lowers its head toward food, beginning to peck or tear at it with early signs of independence. The nest is becoming more active as the bird itself becomes more active. Wing stretches happen more often. Movements are more forceful. The body is stronger and more controlled. Still, this is a stage of preparation. The sky remains out of reach. The wings are growing, but they are not ready. The instincts are developing, but the experience is not there yet. These 10 days are about becoming. The young eagle is no longer simply surviving. It is preparing for the life it was born to live. At this stage, one feature becomes more important than any other: the wings. During these 10 days, the young eagle's wings become longer, darker, and more structured. What once looked like small, undeveloped limbs now begins to resemble the powerful wings of a true bird of prey. Feathers grow in layered rows. The shape becomes clearer. The outline of a future hunter is now visible, but wings alone are not enough. To fly, the bird must also develop muscle, balance, coordination, and confidence. That is why the young eagle begins to practice in small but important ways. It steps more carefully around the nest. It opens its wings into the mountain wind. It holds them out for balance. It grips the sticks beneath its feet with stronger talons. It watches the open valley as if beginning to understand the distance below. Its parents remain nearby, but they no longer hover over every movement. They protect, but they also allow space. This is how independence begins. Not in a sudden moment, but in small daily efforts. The nest is still home. The parents are still essential. But something new is happening. The sky is no longer just part of the background. It is becoming part of the young eagle's future. By now, the young eagle is entering a stage where its body starts to look truly impressive. Most of the pale down that once covered its body has disappeared or remains only in small patches. In its place, dark juvenile plumage now covers most of the wing's back and body. The feathers look stronger, smoother, and more complete. The beak is sharply defined, the eyes are intense, the talons are more powerful and purposeful. This bird still has more growing to do, but it already carries the image of a real eagle. Its behavior is changing as well. It no longer waits passively for every bite. It begins to tear at food more independently, using its beak and feet with growing confidence. Its posture is taller. Its movements are more controlled. When it stands in the nest and faces the rising mountain wind, it looks less like a nestling and more like a young raptor in training. And yet, despite this progress, it is still not ready to leave. The valley below remains dangerous. A fall would be deadly. So the young eagle stays where it is, practicing, watching, and building strength. These are the days of patience. The body is almost ready. The instincts are growing, but the moment of flight still lies ahead. As the young eagle moves into this new period, something changes in the mood of the story. The nest begins to feel smaller. The world beyond it begins to feel closer. The young eagle is now strong, mostly feathered, and increasingly confident in its movements. It walks more firmly across the nest. It spends more time near the rim. It lifts its wings and turns them into the wind, rising from the valley below. For the first time, the bird is not just growing wings. It is beginning to understand what those wings are for. Its parents remain nearby, often perched on rocks or ledges close to the nest, watching silently. They do not force the process. In the wild, timing matters. Every stage must happen naturally. The young eagle must feel the wind. It must learn balance. It must understand height, space, and movement before it can trust itself to leave the nest. So each day becomes a lesson, a stronger wing stretch, a bolder step toward the edge, a longer look out over the valley. There is tension now. The bird is no longer just developing physically. It is moving toward a threshold. The sky is no longer distant. It is calling, and the young eagle is beginning to listen. Now the real training begins. These are the days when the young eagle starts to test itself in earnest. It stands at the edge of the nest and spreads its wings wide into the mountain wind. It flaps with force, stirring dust, dry grass, and loose feathers around its feet. At first, the talons remain planted. The movement is powerful, but controlled. Then come the first short hops, a jump from one side of the nest to the other, a quick lift, the slightly awkward landing, then another try, and another. This is how flight begins in the wild, not with perfection, but with repetition. Each attempt teaches the young eagle something new: how to balance, how to control the wings, how to adjust the tail, how to trust the air just a little more each day. Its body is now strong enough to try. Its feathers are developed enough to respond. Its instincts are awake, and still the process remains uncertain. Every moment at the nest rim carries risk. Every jump is a test of courage as much as muscle. Below lies the mountain valley. Above lies the open sky. The young eagle is standing between the two, and with each passing day, it moves closer to the moment it was born for. These are the most dramatic days of the journey. The young eagle now stands at the edge of the nest with a body that is nearly ready. Its wings are long and powerful. Its talons grip the nest rim tightly. Its eyes look out over the valley as if measuring the distance between safety and freedom. At first, there is hesitation. The bird leans forward, then pulls back. It watches the air. It feels the wind. It waits, and then, at last, the moment comes. The young eagle launches. The first flight is not smooth. It is not graceful in the way an adult eagle moves. The wings may be uneven, the body may tilt, the landing may be awkward. But none of that matters, because for the first time, the bird leaves the nest under its own power. It enters the sky. That changes everything. Even after this first flight, the nest still matters. The young eagle returns. It still relies on its parents. It still needs practice. But it is no longer only a creature of the nest. It has crossed an invisible boundary. What began as a fragile chick on a bed of sticks is now a fledgling learning the freedom of the air. But the difference from day one is extraordinary. The pale, helpless hatchling is gone. In its place stands a strong, young golden eagle with dark juvenile feathers, sharp eyes, a hooked beak, and powerful talons. The old nest remains on the cliff behind it, a reminder of where the story began. But the young eagle's attention is no longer fixed on the nest. It is facing outward, toward the valley, toward the mountains, toward the future. Over 100 days, we have watched a life unfold step by step, from hatching to growth to feather development to training to flight. And now, at the end of this journey, the young eagle stands ready for the next chapter. The nest gave it safety, time gave it strength, and the sky is now waiting. In the final 10 days, the young eagle begins to live in a new way. It still returns to the nest at times, but it is no longer confined to it. Now it lands on branches. It perches on rocky ledges. It glides short distances with more confidence. It studies the valley below with the focused gaze of a hunter in training. This is still a learning stage. The bird is not fully independent yet. It still depends on its parents for support, food, and protection.